Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, all of my beautiful, beautiful friends from the internet. I hope each and every single one of you is doing absolutely fantastic on this fine Tuesday morning or whenever you happen to be listening to this podcast episode, whether that be morning, evening, or night. Welcome to the Reddit Asks Us podcast, the podcast where we read and react to comments from r/Askreddit. I am your host, Luke Dick. Remember, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts, please leave us a rating and also leave us a review. It helps out the show immensely, so it would be very appreciated if you could go ahead and please do that, or share the show with your friends, tell them about it, send it to a friend, let them know what's going on, let them know about all the fun we're having over here, because you know we're having tons of fun like that. You know it. Remember, you can reply to this week's episode by going to Spotify, clicking the description of the episode, and replying, and I will read those replies out loud on the next week's following episode, like we always do. It is so fun. You can also throw in your comment on the YouTube, and I'll also read it aloud on my if it's from my YouTube channel. So my YouTube channel is at Reddit Asks Us. This is a ad-supported show, so you can expect there's going to take an ad break right after we read the responses from the last week's episode, and then there'll be another one about 20-30 minutes after that into the show, just so y'all know. Next and lastly, on I guess the housekeeping, please check out my Instagram. Go to my Instagram at Reddit Asks Us Podcast, and on YouTube at Reddit Asks Us Podcast, and on TikTok at Reddit Asks Us. Drop the podcast, and on there you're gonna see all sorts of clips, like reels, TikToks, shorts. It's a different type of content you see on there. It's that sort of short form content, 30-second, 15 to 45-second long videos, me reading off Reddit posts while there's like Minecraft in the background. It's really fun to make them. And they're bingeable and fun to watch, and it's a great way to encourage the community. I was also, remember last week someone said something about starting up a subreddit. I've just been busy and I haven't gotten around to it, but I will be starting a subreddit, so please keep your eyes peeled for that subreddit. So, without further ado, why don't we hop into this week's podcast, Riding Round in a Rover. If I see obstinates over, I'll send man straight to Jehovah when I take shots like M. Sharapova. Sorry, that's the Posh Boy rapper. Please go watch that. Posh Boy Unknown P on YouTube. That's one of my favorite videos of all time. Anyways, why don't we read out the comments from last week's episode? So last week's episode was, what are you still angry about years after it happened? And boy, did we get some responses for this one. But man, it's crazy what sticks with you. It is really insane what the mind is a strange and wonderful place. You will just be having a cool, chill day, and then you'll just have a random Vietnam flashback of one of the most embarrassing moments of your life, or a moment that you were just so mad, and then just like ruins your day. You just brought up a random thought, and now you're like, well, thanks, that just soured this milk. This just absolutely totally ruined the vibe that I was on right now. So thanks a lot, brain. All right, so first one comes from the Green Changeling. They left the comment on YouTube because it was too long to put here. So the Green Changeling comments on YouTube. A small bit of background is needed for this one. I was bullied in the 4th to 5th grade until I was done with the 10th grade. It was the same school, because someone got the idea that I was gay. 5 to 6 years of torment, everybody knows about it, but the school was only doing the bare minimum. Go figure. Then around the 9th or 10th grade, I learned something about one of the bullies, and all I could think of was that I had something to fire back with, and I did. And the very next day, if memory serves correctly, not the proudest moment, I'll admit. Anyhow, one of the girls in my year confronted me afterwards, telling me off, rightly so, for what I did. But what she said next still baffles me some 14 years later, mostly because up to that point I regarded her as both kind and smart. She paraphrased, said that while she did not condone the bullying, she still regarded him as a good friend. In other words, him bullying me wasn't enough of an issue for her to discontinue their friendship. For anyone who is being bullied themselves or knows of someone who's being bullied, I have these words to say. Anyone who isn't actively standing up for the victim is passively condoning the actions of the bully. And I commented back and said, well said. But that has got to be just one of the worst things that you could say to somebody. Like, yeah, I know that you've been absolutely tormented for the past few years, but because you decided to make a move and retaliate, and it ended up kind of being maybe just a little bit over the limit, you know what? I'm glad you were bullied. The bullying was justified. If we're going to play the game here, it's like, on one hand, okay, you embarrassed the hell out of my friend, and he is just in shambles. But it's, you know what? You got bullied for 14 years, so I think that now that I'm looking back on it, you're not a fan of the bullying, but you know what? It's karma. It's like, what do you mean? It's karma. Karma for something that I had to experience my entire life. When I had one moment of wanting to, have a little bit of revenge, just a little taste, just a little nibble of revenge. It's not even like, it's just dipping my toe in the water, okay? I could have been a total recluse. I could have, there are plenty of things, that like, you could have started a fight. You could have, let someone's house on fire. I mean, obviously don't do that, but there are worse things to do than drop some information. All right, maybe not the best thing to be doing that, but I don't think it deserves the karma. Next one comes from Cannon. You're welcome, Luke. I'm Canadian too, and I watch The Boys, and I'm watching The Boys too. Yeah, that was from a callback from the last week's episode. The Boys, I gotta recommend The Boys, Invincible. Please watch those shows, and welcome to the fellow Canadians. Gotta love it. L Dude says, have you ever asked Reddit instead of asking you? I don't exactly really know what this question means, if I've ever asked Reddit. Like, I mean, I ask my listeners on Spotify, if that's what you mean. I mean, I guess the only other interpretation would be like starting a subreddit. Or maybe they're just commenting on how the title of my podcast maybe doesn't make sense. I don't know. I thought it makes sense. I thought it made sense. I thought about a revamp, but I've just said it in every single episode. I'm kind of like locked in now. Next one comes from Stressed Human. What's going on, Stressed Human? My half-sister left an open Sharpie on a painting in my room. I hadn't got to hanging the painting, so it was laying on my dresser. It was painted by my great-grandma. Wait, your half-sister left an open Sharpie on a painting in my room. I hadn't got to hanging the painting, so it was laying on my dresser. So, like, the Sharpie, like, painted over this painting? Like, this is... Oh, man. I swear, the kids just... I mean, I don't know how little your sister was or whatever, but I'm saying, little kids will get into things and do things you didn't even think were possible. How did you Sharpie the ceiling? Why is there Sharpie on the roof? How did you get up there? Like, what's happening? You ripped the eaves troughs off of the house. I don't even... We like, what? How did you even... You know how to use a ladder? You're like 4 years old. Like, kids never cease to amaze me. They are so much smarter than what anyone would give them credit for. Next one comes from a special little cat. I sharted myself in class, and I've been angry ever since. It was Taco Bell. Oh, God. Oh, that is so awful. You can't even act like that was a fart either. Everyone knows. Everyone's like, that is way too rank to be a fart. And you're just like, you just kind of have to like, what do you do at that point? Like, you just like, sorry. Like, did you just get up or run out of class? Like, what happened? I'm so confused. Like, I don't even know. Like, you're just looking around like, oh, geez, a little bit of Mexican, you know how that is? And everyone's like, you just shit yourself right now. That was not a fart. Like, you just full on shitted your pants. Like, the whole class heard it. It's like, You know what that does to my stomach? That's spicy food, ass. Very spicy, yeah. I was like, no, we smell poo right now. Next one comes from Nifty. My second grade teacher made us tap dance every Friday. Great episode again. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to say this. Even if you don't have something to say about the episode or to comment on the episode, even if you just want to say something about the show or about the episode at all, please feel free to do that. I will always read those comments out. I hate when teachers subject us to their interests. It's like, okay, just because you like Irish tap dancing doesn't mean that I do. Okay, I don't want to do this. I used to hate this. Oh my God, I used to hate this. Our school had this, our school division had this, initiative, I guess, to get kids moving when we were in elementary school. So, every so often throughout the day, they would make us, they would put on a YouTube video of Just Dance, like the Wii game, and we would have to dance to the Just Dance Wii game multiple times throughout the day. It's like, what song are we doing next? It's like, nothing. I'm going to go to the bathroom for the next 10 minutes. Okay, I don't want to do this. Why do we have to make it so uniform? I don't want to be dancing and it's so funny. The kids at the back of the class and they're just like the kids who just don't want to dance, have no interest in dancing, have never danced up till then and will never dance after, and they're just at the back of the room just shuffling their feet together. This is the stupidest thing I've ever done. Oh my God, that used to make me so mad. And honestly, it makes it even more mad when there's the enthusiastic kids and they're like, get up and dance, everybody, let's dance. It's like, you're trying to make this fun. This is not fun. Okay, you want to know what's fun? I want to go shoot a basketball outside. I want to choose what my recreation time is to get me moving. Okay? I don't want to be forced to dance. Anything that's forced is going to be immediately cringe, okay? Oh my God, that was the worst thing in the world. I hated it so much. Next one comes from Vortex. What's going on, Vortex? In primary school, my music teacher made us play the same fucking song on the ukulele for 3 fucking years, and the song wasn't even good. And yes, I could say I guess you could say I had a shit brother. That's again from a couple episodes back. That last comment. Episodes back. That's from a couple episodes back. A few episodes ago. That again, can we switch it up? Can we do anything but Old MacDonald? I think we've nailed it. We've been doing it for 3 years now. I think we've got the gist of it. Can we do anything but that song? All right. You taught us how to do 24 karat gold on the ukulele. We learned it. Okay. If I have to play Bruno Mars one more time, I actually think I'm going to break this ukulele over somebody's head. That is torture. That's like being strapped in a room and they just play the same song over and over again. You know that scene in Family Guy where Stewie locks Quagmire and Cleveland in the basement and he puts on the cable channel that's how to use your cable TV, and they just start reciting it at the end. That's what everyone's gonna do. They're now this song is drilled in their head. They're just humming it. Oh MacDonald had a farm, he had a farm. Oh my God, yeah, this is gonna give me psychosis. Next one comes from I have a stupid cat. There was something, but I can't remember. Oh, anyways, love the podcast. Well, thank you for the comment, and I hope that you eventually remember. Hopefully it didn't make you that angry if it's not something that you're able to remember. Hopefully you're able to keep your life in a little bit more peace and bliss than most of us. Next one comes from Inra. A teacher I had wouldn't let anyone bring up tests until everyone was done. She taught math. Wouldn't bring tests up until everyone was done, and she taught math. I'd always finish early, so I'd doodle in the margins of my tests, and she would make fun of my doodles. What? It's like, okay, I'm done my test, gonna hand this in. Oh, absolutely not. You're gonna sit there and wait till the end of the period until the last people are done their test, especially because some of those fucking people probably smart people. Definitely smart people. I know people like this, but they just take forever to do tests. For me, I'm a pretty quick test taker. I'm one of those people that abides by the whole, if you're in tuition, if you don't especially if it's multiple choice, if you're in tuition, Just go with it. You're probably right on your intuition. Most people, they get it wrong on the second guess. So just check it all over, but go with what your gut says. And I take tests pretty fast. And, you know, I've had some I'm not to say I haven't had success. It's like I take tests really pretty fast. I've like failed every class I've taken. No, just kidding. But seriously though, I do take tests fast. If I couldn't leave, I'd just like sit there in my desk. It would irritate me so much. Especially like just with people, like all I can hear is people writing with their pencils. All right, next one comes from the unimpressed emoji with the dots around the face. My mom took 20 euros from me. I think that's euros, right? My mom took 20 euros from me, and she said that she would keep it safe until I'd need it. Classic. But look on the bright side. Your mom got her fix of cigarettes. So I think this is kind of a win-win situation. All right. You didn't know how to spend your money because you're a kid. Okay. Parents got to do the responsible thing, look after you, and she gets her cigarettes. So I don't really see the problem here. I'm just kidding. Please take that as a joke. Oh my God. Your mom stealing money from you and I'm just like making fun of you. No, please. That was just a joke. That's an awful thing. Your parents should not steal your money. Next one comes from Fian3900. My parents held on to my birthday checks until I was 14. These hour episodes are the perfect length to listen to. Keep up the good work. Okay, well, maybe I will extend the episodes maybe by that like 10-minute margin. I know all the podcasts that I listen to are so like different, and they have multiple people on the podcast like usually, so they're always over an hour. But I always wonder if people get tired of hearing my voice after like 45 minutes. They're just like, okay, bro, shut up. Like, we've heard you yap long enough. Okay, move it along. End the show already. So I've never really known what to think of that, but okay, I'll keep that into consideration. And again, what's up with parents stealing money from their children? It's like, that is just unbelievably pathetic. Like, seriously? You're a full adult and you can legally get a job. I'm a child, okay? I can't even legally have a job, and you're trying to borrow money or steal money from me? I have no money. I have an inability to get money, okay? Child labor is outlawed, all right? Adult labor, on the other hand, is not. So maybe you should try to make some money before stealing my birthday checks. Next one comes from Ghost. So they're like, we gave it to you. It's our money anyway. Well, then don't give it to me. Next one comes from Ghost. What's up, Luke? My birth and how this world became the thing that causes me to become a stone-hearted person who's tired of getting hurt. Stay ghostly, with the peace emoji and the depressed-faced emoji. I hope this has a little bit of humor and satire in it. This is really sad. But you know what? The world is a messed up place. Not gonna lie about that. Definitely not gonna not admit that the world is a messed up place. But this is why you are one of our beautiful friends from the internet, because you know that at least every Tuesday you can hang out with us on the podcast and we can just chill, relax, and have a good time. And maybe we can, have a couple laughs while we're at it. That's the beauty of life, right? It's that, and I hope it's not just this podcast. Please go and listen to whatever ever makes you happy, whatever brings a smile to your face. I am just a very large proponent of, that laughter can just do, and smiling, and genuine laughter and genuine smiling. Obviously, don't force yourself to do it, but it really makes a difference. Like, some of my favorite YouTubers, when I go and watch them, when I'm having a bad day, or when I'm a little bit down in the dumps and I feel myself genuinely laughing, take a note of that, because that's a really awesome part about being alive. And you're part of the community, Ghost. Like, we all love you and see you in the comments. We want to have you here as part of one of our beautiful listeners and beautiful friends, because that's just who you are. So stay beautiful, Ghost. Stay beautiful. Next one comes from a small fry, and we are here for you too. I gotta make the subreddit. We can make more of a community. Everybody can reply to each other's and stuff. That'd be fun. Last one comes from a small fry. In the second grade, I made a business selling merch of a little cartoon I made. Wow, that's freaking awesome. I made t-shirts, pens, needle felted plushies, etc. I made $20, which was insane at that age. But then a kid got jealous and tattled. This is the stupidest thing. It's like, you have ingenuity, okay? You're doing a good thing, and people are just like, you know what? It's not fair. How about you share your money with the whole class? It's like, no. How about I make money because I'm freaking awesome, okay? Like, how about I just fucking, keep drawing my cartoon characters and making money off of this intellectual property, all right? Like, I hate how people stifle this stuff. It's like, yeah, we understand that you have a lot of passion, a lot of ingenuity, a lot of creativity, a lot of imagination, but we're going to have to ask you to stop doing that. You know, all the things that make you a kid, all the things that embody and exemplify being a child, and just really the core essence of what it is like to have the childlike wonder. Yeah, we're going to have to ask you to stop, okay? Stop. Because it's not fair to everyone else. All right, everyone's jealous of your $20. So, sorry, bye-bye, creativity, bye-bye. I never want to see that little cartoon ever again. Now you're going to dance to this Just Dance on the whiteboard, okay? And you're going to like it. And you're going to enjoy having to dance when you hate dancing. All right, you never dance, and we're going to force you to do this. So enjoy, have fun. Nice, all right. Back to class, back to working. All right. Thank you all so much for commenting. Wow, I love each and every single one of you. You guys are all so amazing. Thank you for commenting and just sharing your thoughts. I really appreciate it and love each and every single one of you. So thank you so much. We're going to take a little ad break, and then we're going to hop into this week's episode. So stay tuned. Okay, welcome back to this week's episode. So this week's episode, I'm sure as you all can tell from the title, what screams, I'm bad with money. All right, I feel like I'm fairly good with money. I try my best not to make impulsive purchases, but I definitely will save money just to kind of blow it all on like things, stupid stuff. Like some of my listeners who've been listening for a while may have heard me talk about my affinity for collecting sneakers and clothing. So, it's that adds up. It is not that people don't make clothing to not make money. Let's just put it that way, all right? People don't make shoes to not make money off of the shoes, all right? I love basketball and I love fashion, and it's very easy to spend a lot of money on a pair of shoes and on some clothes. So, am I going to sit here and tell you I'm the greatest with my money and that every financial choice I've ever made has been a good financial choice? Hell fucking no. Okay, no. That is just, no. I have made some very poor financial choices. However, if I wouldn't necessarily say I'm bad with money. I can be bad with money, but I try my best not to make impulsive purchases, because that I feel like if you have got the Amazon kind of homepage bookmarked, we might need to talk. There might be an issue, all right? I understand Amazon Prime has the free shipping, but I really don't think you need a 14th Hydro Flask. I think the other 13 are functioning really well at this point. Okay, I don't think we need another giant box of hair ties and scrunchies. I don't think we need a giant box of plush toys, okay? I understand those little bobblehead things are fun to collect. Those little things of pop characters or whatever they're called. They're cool, all right? But once you reach number 1,000, it gets tough. Once you have enough pillows, this is such a pet peeve of mine when people have way too many pillows. I understand. I get made fun of because I don't have enough pillows. I have 2 pillows, okay? Classic boy apartment, boy room, I have 2 pillows. But do we really need 15, 16 pillows? I have to shove them off of the bed every single time I want to go to sleep when there's that many pillows on the bed. It's impractical. Your room is just for you. Who are you trying to impress? Are you the Queen of England going to come in and say, oh, those pillows, this house is not complete unless I saw your pillows on the bed? No. I'm a couple, all right? I'll accept a few decorative pillows, all right? There's a limit, okay? We need to stop purchasing pillows. All right. First one comes from Nagel93. I had a buddy in college who would go through a cycle of bragging about how much money he had, spend it all on dumb stuff, then brag about how poor he was. You can't have your cake and eat it too, bro. It's like, bro, these are the type of people that buy these big things, and then every single time you pull up to the drive-thru to eat food, they're always like, you got me, bro? Oh, bro, you got me this time, though. I just bought that thing, bro. I just bought a new PlayStation, bro. Bro, come on. I just bought that new VR headset, dog. You got me on this one, though. You got me. I know you got me on this one. Yeah, I'll get you back. Like, really, bro? Like, you can't. Oh. And then you just see them always buying this shit. It's like, dude, okay. Think about it. You're going to buy me a $15 meal at this restaurant. All right. What's worth more to you? Our friendship or $15? I needed that dirt bike, okay? How else am I supposed to get around? Okay? I know it's not even street legal, but like, I don't know. Well, maybe one day. Let's hope for the best. I don't know. But the point is that has a practical use. All right? This food, I feel like you're just not being generous. I feel like this is a lack of generosity on your part. Okay, you're not understanding that I have to make these big purchases, all right? I got deals, bro. I got deals coming down the pipeline, all right? How am I supposed to impress the girls if I don't have a freaking motorcycle, bro? You don't understand, okay? Like, buy me the freaking burger, bro. All the while bragging about how he was a rich kid. The best part was when he was bragging about having some money to this girl that he liked. Turns out that girl came from an actually wealthy family. And she said, it's only $5,000. Why do you keep mentioning it? Is that a lot to you? That event shut him up for a bit. Screw both of these people, though. Like, just to throw it in someone's face. Even if you are rich, do you have to be like, really? $5,000? That's a lot? Wow. Daddy, I need $10,000. That's like $10 from his bank account, okay? So you think you're, like, rich and whatever? Okay, well, daddy has me covered, so all I have to do is just call it the bank of dad. It's just as simple as that. I'm rich, you are poor. Have fun. You suck on that egg while you have it. Screw both of these people. Why do you have to talk? It's like, okay, they're trying to impress this girl, and why not just be like, you're fucking giving me a massive ick right now. Get the fuck away from me. Like, I don't understand why you gotta be all like trying to one up them. Like, oh yeah, well, I have $5,000 that just got transferred into the bank account today. Okay. Have you ever been to Milan? Yeah, I don't think so. It's like, all right, you didn't have to flex on everybody else while also trying to refute this guy as well. Next one comes from Orbodo. I know someone that paid to get their used red Nissan Sentra wrapped in blue. They are unemployed. Puzzle-headed bunch 47. Where do they get the money from? Burbs mashed potatoes. Girlfriend's tax return. Yeah. Babe, no, you don't understand, okay? You know how much I hate red. All right? You know how much I hate red. It's like, babe, you've literally had this same car since you were in high school. Okay, why didn't you change it all those years ago? No, babe, it's like, it doesn't, you don't understand. It's like, it's priorities, okay? And just like, now it's really starting to bother me. It's like, are you sure? Because I've seen your TikTok For You page, and it's literally just a bunch of videos of cars getting wrapped. Okay, there's literally the wrap place in town that's really viral on TikTok, and you just want to go there. No, you don't understand. Red is like a trauma thing for me, babe. If you, like, seriously, like, I have, like, trauma with red and stuff. Like, red reminds me of just, like, I don't know, like, blood or, like, evening time or something. I don't know. This is traumatic stuff. Probably stuff, like, just give me the money, babe. Like, you don't understand. Like, I have to get this done. Or else I'm going to freak out. And if you don't give me this tax return, you might be Adolf Hitler. Okay? Like, you might as well be the most gruesome, you might as well be Vlad the Impaler, the most gruesome torturer ever known to this planet, okay? So why don't you just hand over the check, and I can put my mental state at ease, okay? Because think about how slick that blue is gonna look. Think about how amazing that blue is gonna look. And it's just gonna peel off. Oh my God. Oh, the things that people want to spend their money on. Like, it's not even a cool wrap either. It's not even like you're getting it wrapped in like a sick wrap. It's just blue. Like, really? Can't you just like paint your car or something? Like, you could probably do that yourself. Like, I don't even understand. Like, why do you have to get it wrapped? Like, getting it wrapped, I feel like, is more of a thing when you want to like get something cool, you know, on your wrap, or like be something really unique. Like I recently saw a BMW that had this like wrap on it. I think it was a wrap. It was this green reflective stuff. I mean, it's very flashy, and you know, it's not necessarily. It's kind of cringe, but it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. Okay, it's kind of cool. It's a little cringe, a little cool. It's bordering on cringe and cool. All right, you know that kid has a broccoli cut in the car who's driving it. Okay, is, you know, bank account has $1 million from the loan for his, you know, from crypto loan from his dad, but you know, he's on the NFTs. Like, you know, he's an NFT bro. All right, you know, he's a pump and dump schemer. All right, he's probably on his like 18th cryptocurrency by now, promoting it. You know, buy. This one's it. This one's gonna hit. Trust. You want this crypto. But the car was pretty cool. And I'm not really generally somebody who's like really into cars anyway, but I just was like, all right. Objectively, interesting. All right, next one comes from Tar Heel 204. I work on cars for a living, and the vast majority, I sound like a Tucker, like I saw a guy impersonating Tucker Carlson on Instagram, and I can't get over it. It's so funny. I work on cars for a living, and the vast majority of BMWs that come into my shop have slick tires and blinking lights on their dash. So many of these people can barely afford a luxury car, let alone the maintenance required to keep them nice and running. I don't know. That was my Tucker Carlson impression. I feel like that's just ingrained into my head. Oh my God. He's such the green M&M. They want to ban the green M&M. They want to desexualize the green M&M. Why? Now, why would they want to do that? It's like, probably because the green M&M is not something that should be sexualized, okay? It is a M&M. It is an M&M, okay? Not that I'm going to do too much political commentary on this show, because, you know, I don't want to split the crowd or anything. I do have my own political opinions, but come on, you guys can't not laugh at, like, political impersonations. Oh my God, there's one guy who does Trump on TikTok, and he's so freaking funny. Anyways, I'll read that out again. I work on cars for a living, and the vast majority of the BMWs that come into my shop have slick tires and lights blinking on their dash. So many of these people can barely afford a luxury car, let alone maintenance required to keep them nice and running. Yeah, that's probably what this kid was like doing. The dad's like, well, if you're making all this money off of cryptocurrency, why don't you just, you know, pay to get your catalytic converters replaced? It's like, no, papi, I need the money, okay? I need the money, papi. I won't be able to afford driving the car without your money, daddy. But a lot of people drive with the flex. Actually, crazy thing, I remember when I was in LA, we went there for like a vacation, and it is insane, like just how many luxury vehicles and just crazy cars you see. And you go around and talk to people, and they're just like, all of those cars are rented. Everyone rents cars. These people don't make any money. All right, they just want to make it seem like they make money, which is like, how pathetic is that? Really? You want to just pretend? Like, what? I don't understand. Like, who are you trying to impress? Other people who also are pretending to make money? I feel like this is a bit of a catch-22 here. Like, or not, maybe that's not a catch-22, but it's like a little bit of a self-defeating sort of prophecy. Like, you're only looking rich to impress other people who also are trying to look rich. Like, is anyone just going to break the silence and be like, hey, are you guys all poor as fuck? Everyone's like, yes, yeah. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in debt. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions. Multiple mortgages. I have been stealing credit cards from people. I have No actual family or friends left because I robbed all of them. I've gambled all of my money away on cryptocurrency. So, you know what? And hoping that my lifestyle YouTube channel was going to blow up. But it turns out when you post no videos, YouTube doesn't tend to be very profitable. All right. When you have one video posted in the last 2 years and it's just you doing a tour of your new Lamborghini that you rented. Like everyone in LA, like the people who are real in LA will just be like, yeah, everyone's car is rented. No one owns them. Like they're just, it's all a facade, which is just like, at one point it's like, I feel like I'm a Looney Tunes character and I want to break through the wall. Be like, okay, pull the curtain or something. Like, what, is this a joke? Reply from sounds true but isn't. I was in a Costco years ago buying tires. There was a couple in there also buying tires, and the guy was bitching and moaning about how much tires were going to cost, and he was going on and on about the ridiculous prices. Finally, his wife just looked at him and said, "You had to buy an Escalade. Did you think we were just going to save them? Did you think we were just going to save money with it?" That shut him up. Yeah, you can't complain. Okay, you're the one who's like, "Why is tires so expensive? I can't even." It's like, well, you wanted the Mercedes G-Class. Okay, you're the one who said that we should take out a second mortgage to afford the G-Class. So you can't really complain. You can't really be the one to complain here. All right, you literally made us take out a loan on like your parents' house. All right, you use that as collateral. You have loan sharks chasing you around, and you didn't expect the tires to be expensive for a car that's like made to be extremely expensive. No, that's the one cheap thing on a car that, guess what? Everything is expensive to buy for. An upgrade to get, the wood to be a black color instead of a plastic or something is $25,000. That is a massive exaggeration, but you guys get what I'm saying. No. I went into this thinking that I knew this was going to be a very big purchase, but I expected the tires to be cheap. It's like, no, they don't. These car companies don't care. No, they're going to make a car so specific that everything down to the tires that the car drives on are going to be like specially sized made tires. It doesn't just stop there. Next one comes from Radakoa. Just got paid. Wonder what I can buy. That sometimes is me. Because sometimes when you see your check hit, it's a little tempting. It's a little tempting when you see the check hit and you're kind of like, yo, that new pair of J's is looking nice though. A new pair of J's is not looking too shabby right now. Okay, I've been wanting the new Fear of Gods, the new Adidas Fear of Gods. I'm trying to cop those. So But yeah, that's why honestly, like, a lot of my money I just like throw away, like just right in the garbage. No, just kidding. I put it in like this account that I have that's separate from all my other accounts, and I just don't see it, and it just goes right from there, gone. So I can't even touch it. That's what I've heard. Honestly, that's what like helps me save money the most, is just putting it somewhere where it's almost like it's not even there. Hell, it works, it's just, but I know some people like this. It's just like as soon as the check hits, it's like it's gone. Amazon, damn you. Reply from Scotty Knows One. Was talking to a coworker who earns the exact same salary as me about credit scores and mentioned my credit was good because I got a credit card at 18, buy everything on it, and then pay it off each month. Her response, talking to a coworker about my credit score, and you mentioned how you got good credit because you got a credit card at 18, buy everything and just pay it off each month. Her response was, how? I didn't understand, and she explained that she only uses debit because it's the only thing that stops her from continuing to buy things the only thing that stops her from continuing to buy things is her account hitting zero. She legitimately just didn't understand how someone could use a credit card and not spend outside their means. At least she knew herself well enough to not get into massive credit card debt. But goddamn, but you also have no money. You also spend every dime, okay? It's like, well, I mean, it's better than credit card debt, but you know, also having no money, I think is a pretty big problem. That's not just something you can be like, you know, overlook. You still have to pay rent, you know, groceries, insurance, things. There's lots of life is expensive. It is expensive to be alive. So it, you know, I wouldn't want debt to be wished upon anyone, but yeah, this is still pretty bad. I'd say this is up there. This is kind of maybe one more below, or maybe a couple rings below accumulating credit card debt is just not. Just, you have money, you just spend everything. I want to know what these people buy. People just have interesting, random things that they buy that they're interested in. Like things that they're not even interested, they'll buy. They're just like, well, I may use a juicer 30 years from now. Well, how are you supposed to tell me that I'm not going to use a juicer 10 years from now? What if I'm just wake up one day and I'm like, whoa, I need a juicer. Now I have one, okay? So I need an avocado pitter. I need like 40 of them because you never know. I hate avocados. I hate them. But what happens if I like come around on them? All right, what happens if one day I just kind of wake up and I'm like, oh, I like avocados now. Time to pit them. So I'm thinking ahead. All right, I'm thinking for the future. I don't think you guys understand. I'm playing 4D chess right now. Next one comes from Bythog. My mom and her sister live together. I'm sorry, folks. I'm butchering this today. I cannot read. Bythog says, my mom and sister live together still. Couldn't afford rent or their car between the two of them. Nearly had their car repossessed and were closing in on an eviction until my grandmother loaned them money. She explicitly said, pay me back when you're more stable enough. And it was enough money to keep the car and the apartment. 4 months later, my sister gets her tax refund for $4,500. She had a kid and isn't with the father. And instead of making any effort to pay my grandmother back, pay the car off, or have any sort of emergency fund, the two of them buy an expensive purebred puppy, an Airedale Terrier. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Airedale Terrier. They dropped over $2,000 for the dog and then spent another $500 on a crate, toys, leashes, and dog food. Yeah, but did you see how cute the dog was? Yeah, might be worth it to not pay your dear old grandma back when you see how cute the dog is. You just can't pull yourself away. Okay? The dog's gonna probably live for another 15 years, probably gonna outlive grandma. Okay? Grandma's practically got dementia anyways. What is she gonna remember, okay? I am gonna remember my relationship with this dog. All right, if she wants to get her monies back, then fine. We'll let her have the dog for a couple days a week. All right, there you go. Problem solved. You want your money back? Well, we spent the money on the dog, so you can have the dog for like a little bit. So this is like paid in installments, right? You get the dog 3 times a week for like a year or something, and then I'm paid off my debt. So you're welcome, Grandma, actually. Less than 6 months later, they lost the car and were evicted. They moved in with my aunt, and her husband hated the dog, so it was taken to the SPCA. It wasn't even a year old. My grandmother didn't see a cent of money returned before she died. Oh, she actually did die. Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry. So that people with bad with money buy things they can't afford instead of stabilizing what they already have. How are they both like this? This seems just like the worst combination ever of people. You know, I think they just need to be separated here. Like, it didn't occur to them, like, okay, this is a problem. Maybe the first thing we should do is not live together, because it seems like we're creating compounding issues by being with one another. It's like, I bounce this idea off you, and it's like, okay, well, I bounced the idea off mom to not pay grandma back, and she said it was a great idea. It's like, yeah, because mom's in debt too. She doesn't want to pay up grandma back. She has no incentive to do that. She's just like you. She has a shopping addiction. She has a purchasing and spending money addiction. All right, of course, that's like Like, I don't understand. That's like another crack addict asking if it's a good idea if they should smoke some crack. What do you think they're going to be like? What do you think it's going to be like? No? Like, I mean, they're addicts, okay? They're probably going to be like, I don't think you're going to see too many people be like, you know what? We should probably hold off this time. We had enough. You know, we've done enough for the both of us. I think it's time we really turn things around. And this is not to make fun of people who are drug addicts, because that is completely devastating. It's just, when you have an addiction, there is no logic, all right? I mean, I feel like it'd be easier to just separate them, but maybe it's not that it's easier said than done, because I bet, you know, people, it's probably impossible to separate them as family members. You know, you can't even really talk to them about that. But not to make fun of anyone with people with addictions, but because addiction is no joke, but just using an analogy. Anyways, next one comes from Universal 8 Connection. Complaining about debt while continuing to buy everything. Again, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't just be like, yeah, I'm $5,000 in credit card debt, but I just took out a lease on a new sedan. You should check it out. All right? Like, it's pretty sick, okay? I'm in crippling amounts of debt right now, but you know what? It's all worth it. 4K TV. 8K maybe even. All right? 100-inch TV. It's practically my wall. It's pretty sick. You know, gaming setup probably cost me 10 grand. Streaming setup, don't even know if I'll use it. Probably not. Screw it. Why not? Money is just paper, right? It's just numbers in a bank account. That's all it is. Next one comes from Tim's Cooking Tips. Depending on what you call bad, my sister has been a saver penny pincher since childhood, which was a bit traumatic, admittedly. She's now nearing retirement, and everything she and her husband have is paid off. She isn't rich, but will have the comfortable retirement she has earned and deserves. She hates going into debt, and her cards are paid down monthly. Sounds great, right? It would be if she wasn't so completely obsessed and angered by people who don't do or think as she does, including her husband. For instance, her house and cars are modest to decent, while her friends all buy nicer things, vacation homes, travel, and other luxury items. Most, if not all, of these things are paid for with credit, and it just drives her crazy. She is so jealous of what they have, yet so angry of how they got it. This is just capitalism. Like everyone's jealous of what everyone has, and they don't even have it. They don't even actually have it. They have nothing. Right? They just appear as though they have it. She's so jealous, and gets angry about how they got it. It's just funny because she knows it too. Like, she's jealous. It's like, I'm so jealous that they went into $10,000 in debt to pay for that new vacation. So, like, well, why are you jealous of them then? You just said that you were like angry that they're in debt. I don't understand. This is a bit contradictory here. On occasion, she's so jealous of what they have and so angry at how they got it. On occasion that she and her husband join friends for a cruise or resort stay, her main concern, which ruins a huge part of the trip for her every time, is monitoring how others are wasting their money, never to their faces. This is just what she says to me after. See, this is sometimes when I'm like out with people somewhere and people complain about how expensive things are. It's like, what else did you, like, you came here, all right? We decided as a group that we were going to go here. If you don't have the money, then we don't have to go. All right, no one said we needed to do this. We just thought it'd be nice. And then you agreed with me, and then as soon as you get here, you're like, wow, this is expensive. And they're like, say it in front of the servers too, and it's so embarrassing. Oh my God, it's like, wow, this stuff is really pricey. It's like, sorry, bro, let me just change the prices on the menu. Let me just grab your menu from you, scribble out the prices and write new ones in just for you. Like, I just want everyone to remember that there's a secret menu where everything is priced 3/4 off if you complain to the servers about it. Just a reminder, just a friendly PSA to everybody. It's like, Like, I don't understand. Shit is expensive nowadays. I understand. That's why we don't have to go out. We don't have to do things. I'm not speaking to anybody super specific here. I've just, I know the people, okay? Don't want to make it sound like I'm having a dialogue with somebody who I'm, like, close with. No, not how it is. But you know these people. It's like, we don't... there's lots of ways we can have fun that don't involve spending money. Her husband used to be a pretty fun guy about 30 years ago. He used to be a great guy 30 years ago. Yeah, when did they get married? About 30 years ago. So, give or take. But has become bitter and grumpy after decades of having to fight for things she deems unnecessary, like tickets to his favorite concerts or pricey sports, or music memorabilia, which he's always been into. It has resulted in dishonesty between the two of them, which is not the kind of guy he really is. And she has grown disgusted by his need for childish hobbies. Going to a concert? That is not a childish hobby. I don't understand. Like, the childish hobbies are stuff that are like infantile. Okay? Collecting music t-shirts, I don't think that's infantile. Okay? You like the band. All right? That's literally just about it. All right. Also, band t-shirts and stuff are not expensive. All right. It's like $15 to get a Metallica t-shirt at anywhere you go. They print the logo all over the place. Like, most people have seen the Rolling Stones logo and they don't even know it's the Rolling Stones. Like, I guarantee you so many people have saw the Rolling Stones. Like, so many people of Gen Z have seen the Rolling Stones logo and thought it was the old Dairy Queen ad with the mouth. I guarantee you. That's 100% what I used to think. Why they're selling the Dairy Queen mouth on a t-shirt. Weird. My sister has always been a bit of a fun hater. Really? Oh, you don't say. But it's gotten to the point where it makes her and sometimes the people around her miserable. She lives and works in a small town and pays attention to who is getting free lunch, who's getting paid with food stamps at checkout. This is awful. She has mental health issues, okay? This is like OCD. She has called me and listed the items she's seen a family buying with food stamps. Can't fathom them buying Doritos and Kool-Aid. There is more than one way to be bad with money. Yeah, this is exactly right. This is called just being psycho, okay? This is just called you need some serious mental health interventions. This is bad. Next one comes from, this is probably our last one that we read off here. Fragrant Heat 5141. Looking at a payment amount and not purchase price. A coworker asked one time, this phone is $1,300, but I can get it for just $60 a month for 2 years. Seems like a good deal to me. $60 a month isn't that much. Should I do it? I asked him, does your phone work? Yes. Okay. Well, if someone dropped $1,300 in your lap right now, is this what you would spend it on? No. Then it's not good use of your money. He showed up to work the next day or the next week with a brand new phone. Another coworker wanted a Honda Ridgeline. He went to a car broker and said he wanted this truck, X years at Y miles, and his payment could only be $500 a month. He was amazed that this guy got him the truck for that payment. He had no idea what his final purchase price was, what his loan term was, or what his interest rate was. All he knew was that he could afford the payment. Bro, okay, when you pay $500 for the next 30 years of your life to afford this car, it's like, yeah, it's just $500 a month. That's not that bad. Okay, well, it's going to take you the next 15 years to pay it off with interest. Okay, it's not just like it's like a subscription service, okay? You're paying off a whole vehicle, all right? These car companies, believe me, they're going to get their money either way, okay? Most of them don't really care how you pay for it. They just want to get their money, okay? And I don't think they're going to be very forgiving when you can't make the payment. It's like, well, I've already driven the car. It's like, okay, who cares? It's repossessed. You didn't make your car payments. That's wild, though. I love how the guy just full-on answers, no, that's probably not what I would spend it on. He's like, okay, well, then you're not going to buy the phone. No, I'll probably still buy the phone. Yeah, definitely. I'm buying the phone for sure. That's like that Patrick SpongeBob thing where he's like, you dropped your wallet. Oh, it's not my wallet. Well, didn't it just fall out of your pocket? Yeah. Well, then it's your wallet.
It doesn't look like my wallet.
This is your ID.
Yeah?
This fell out of your pocket.
Yeah?
So this is your wallet.
Well, it's not my wallet.
Like, that's the type of mentality that we're working with here, right? I'd probably start paying off my car. I got rent bills due. Yeah, I definitely would use that $1,300 for really important life-sustaining things. But I won't. Not a chance, bro. I need that new iPhone 14. How am I supposed to take pictures of the moon? All right, how am I supposed to take detailed photos of Jupiter, okay, without that camera on it, all right? Doesn't really seem very plausible to me. Okay, folks, we're going to wrap it up there for this week's episode. Thank you all so much for hanging and chilling with me. I love each and every single one of you. Thank you all so, so much for tuning into the show and being so supportive. This is the Reddit Asks Us podcast, the podcast where we read and react to comments from r/AskReddit. Please remember to leave us a rating and leave us a review on wherever you happen to be listening to your podcasts. Remember, you can respond to this week's episode by going to the description in Spotify and replying to that, and I will read those comments aloud on the next week's following episode. Please remember to check out my Instagram at Reddit Asks Us Podcast, and the same with my YouTube at Reddit Asks Us Podcast, and Reddit Asks Us on TikTok to check out all the cool content there. Thank you all so, so much. I love each and every single one of you. I'll see you next week. Peace out. Love you. Goodbye.